All guitars are incredibly expressive instruments. I believe the main reason why guitars are so popular is because they can imitate the human voice better than any other instrument. However, there is one feature that is not shared by all guitars that makes the instrument way more fun to play and to listen to. That feature, of course, is the whammy bar. In this lesson, I'm going to show you my favorite tricks that you can use right away that work especially well on a Floyd Rose style bridge. I'm assuming you're coming to this lesson as an electric guitarist, so I want to give you something extra that'll bring you closer to getting really good amp sounds. It's my Elite Tones cheat sheet. It's completely free, and what it does is it gives you my best tips on how to dial in killer amp tones. It even shows you how to make digital amp simulators sound like authentic physical amplifiers. It even has direct links to some of my favorite free amp sims. Just click the link in the description or go to zaksharguitar.com and download this awesome free resource. Then come back to this lesson and you'll be situated with some rockin' tones to rip some fun whammy bar tricks with. The first trick I'm going to show you is a flutter. It sounds and looks pretty fancy, but it really isn't all that difficult to do. It's something you can do if you want to add a quick, stunning little effect to your playing. All you need to do is put your fingertips on the end of the bar here and just swipe it down, and it'll briefly cause the whammy bar to shake a little bit like one of those door stopper spring things. I think these are especially fun to do with some natural harmonics. The next trick is a dive bomb. Now, the dive bomb isn't too difficult to pull off as long as you know where to apply the pressure to the whammy bar. It can be used with any note, but is commonly used with the low E string and with harmonics. So to do this, you're going to want to play any note. In this case, I'll probably just ring out the low E string. And what you're going to want to do is right when you hit that note, you're going to want to apply pressure by dropping the bar downwards at the tip of the bar towards the body of your guitar. You'll do so until you reach your desired pitch. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you're going to want to probably mute the strings before you release the bar at all, unless you're intending to bring that note back to its original pitch. But that's pretty uncommon. So what you do is you mute the strings both with your fretting hand, and you also palm mute them with your picking hand. This is another one that's really fun to do with harmonics. This is really fun to do because it gives an ominous effect of the sound almost being pulled down or even pushed away from the listener. For this last trick, we're going to go pretty crazy with it, okay? This is where you can really put your own musical fingerprint on it. And this is what I'm going to call screaming vibrato. This effect allows you to go pretty wild in a way that really captures the listener's attention. You can almost make it sound like an 80s metal singer hitting a high note while bending it up and down. To do this, we gotta start by hitting a harmonic. And what we do from there is we do a dive bomb, essentially, but you're going to want to hold the bar in between the middle finger and the index finger of your picking hand. This is where having a floating tremolo is really helpful, because from there you're going to want to take the bar and bend it way back in an upward fashion, and then you're going to want to give the bar some vibrato by rocking it back and forth with your hand, while at the same time keeping it pulled back. The flutter, dive bomb, and screaming vibrato techniques are super fun and super gnarly whammy bar moves that you can incorporate into your playing right away. You can add these tricks to your solos, your riffs, and even use them as standalone effects. The whammy bar can even serve as a creative tool and change the way you approach your songwriting. It can even inspire you to discover or create your own tricks that you haven't seen before. Comment below and tell me which trick fires you up the most. Start playing around with these techniques to get the hang of how they feel. And before you know it, you'll be throwing these moves down so smoothly and fluidly, it's just gonna sound awesome. And what better way to play these new whammy bar tricks than with great sounding tones? Make sure you download my free Elite Tones cheat sheet if you have not done so already. It gives you my best tips on how to dial in killer amp tones. It even shows you how to make digital amp sims sound like authentic physical amplifiers. It even has direct links to some of my favorite free amp sims. Just click the link in the description or go to zachsharguitar.com and download this awesome free resource. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Zach with Zach Shar Guitar, and I will see you in the next one.